Hey there, and welcome to the Contentment Creator Podcast, the show designed especially for creative entrepreneurs just like you who are committed to a beautiful life that's rooted in courage and contentment, and that's blooming with creativity and prosperity. I'm your host, Ellen Broen, a certified life coach, a singer, a mother, and a lover of alliteration, dogs, and deep conversation. This show is designed to become a part of your daily routine to help you, fellow contentment creator, dig deep, to clarify your life vision, catalyze your creative flow, and fuel your entrepreneurial fire in just a few inspiring minutes each day. Each Friday, we talk about CEO care, and today marks a very special occasion. It's our 50th episode. So, in honor of my breakthrough in creating 50 consecutive episodes of this podcast, today's episode is all about how to never run out of conscious and life-changing breakthroughs. So, as I said, today we are talking about breakthroughs, not just the big shiny changes we make in life, but the kind of breakthroughs that reveal how we're growing, expanding, and becoming. This episode is extra special because we are celebrating a breakthrough of my own. For the past 10 weeks, every weekday, I've published a new episode of this podcast, showing up with creative consistency in a way that I once only envisioned. Last year, I declared a breakthrough in my creative consistency, and today I can say I have arrived. So consider this episode my graduation party. But what happens after we achieve a breakthrough? How do we ensure that we don't stop growing, evolving, and expanding? That's what today's episode is all about, the secret to never running out of breakthroughs. First, let's talk about what is a breakthrough really? In the coaching world, a breakthrough isn't just a goal that's achieved. It's a fundamental transformation in who we are. Some people think of breakthroughs as eureka moments, like those big aha insights where something finally clicks. But true transformation isn't just about new awareness. It requires new action. A breakthrough happens when, 1, we gain a new awareness that shifts how we see ourselves or the world. 2, we take new action based on that awareness. And 3, that action becomes part of who we are, and life won't be the same from here. So if we want to keep growing, we need to keep putting ourselves in the space where both awareness and action are happening consistently. Now, what is the secret to never running out of breakthroughs? One of the biggest sources of ongoing transformation in my life and the lives of my clients comes from something I call the integrated paradox. At any given time, we hold multitudes within us, contradictory, seemingly opposing identities or ways of being that are fighting for a seat at the table. For me, it's looked like the artist and the CEO, the leader and the learner, the homebody and the adventurer, the powerhouse and the tender heart. And I could probably name at least a dozen more. Maybe for you, it's some version of the visionary and the realist, the caregiver and the independent soul, the bold risk taker and the one who craves security. These paradoxes exist within us, but often they don't feel integrated. One side dominates while the other is pushed to the background until the tension becomes so strong we start to feel out of balance, stuck, or unfulfilled. But here is the key. Breakthroughs happen when we integrate these paradoxes, when we bring them into the same room and let them work together, when we stop fighting the either or and embrace the both and. So what is the process to create your next breakthrough? Step number 1, identify the tension. What parts of you feel like they're at odds? Where do you feel pulled between two ways of being? Maybe you want to expand your business, but you're also feeling called to slow down and be more present with your family. Maybe you love being highly independent, but you also deeply crave community and connection. Instead of seeing these as opposing forces, ask yourself, what would it look like for them to coexist? Step number 2, Declare a new possibility. Now that you see where the tension is, what would it look like to bring both parts into the same space? For me, creative consistency was my integrated paradox. I wanted to be wildly creative, but also I wanted to be disciplined and structured. Historically, these two parts of me lived in entirely separate rooms. I was either fully in flow or fully in execution mode. So I declared the possibility of being both, of creating structure in a way that supports rather than stifles my creativity. And now I'm living that breakthrough. So step number 3 is taking new aligned action. Once we see the paradox and declare the possibility, the key is to take one action that integrates both parts of ourselves. If you're torn between growth and presence, what's one way you can expand while staying grounded? If you're balancing structure and flow, what's one way you can create a routine that still allows freedom? If you're craving independence and connection, what's one way you can show up fully for yourself while inviting others in? Every breakthrough starts with one aligned step, and then another, and then another. The key is holding that awareness and that commitment in your vision, intentions, projects, and goals so that after enough steps, you're no longer practicing, but rather simply being that new integrated paradox. It's my perspective that we are constantly evolving, integrating, and stepping into the next version of ourselves. So if you feel like you've reached a plateau, if you're wondering, what's next for me? Or if you're sensing an inner tension that feels unresolved, pay attention to that paradox. That's where your next breakthrough is waiting. And when you declare it, when you take action towards it, you step into the next phase of who you are becoming. Thank you so much for being here with me today and for celebrating this very special 50th episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, please show your support by leaving reviews and comments. It would truly mean the world to me to hear from you. And hit that subscribe button so you never miss a day and join me in my mission to help a world full of content creators become a world of contentment creators.